Good day everyone. Welcome to the International Law Network coming to you live from Batam, Indonesia. My name is Indri Agustin, along with my colleague here Bonita MAHARANI SIAHAAN. Today we bring you a special program we created especially for International University of Batam, International Law Department. Our subject today will be human trafficking in Indonesia and what is the United Nations approach to dealing with this social issue that is seeing a rise of light. Without further ado, here's Bonita.
Thank you for that, Indri. The first I want to talk about introduction. Trafficking in person is an act carried out by fellow human beings to be trafficked by means of recruitment, kidnapping, fraud, and economic factor. The main target being women and even minors. Along with the development and advancement of technology, information, communication, and transportation, we see the approach of crime methods that is done in hiding and it's operating outside the law. Traffickers quickly development into cross-country side-by-side with coordinated and well-hidden strategy. Human trafficking can take anyone as a victim, adults and children, men and women in vulnerable conditions such as early divorces or women under pressure. Human trafficking is a crime that is hard to eradicate and is called a clarification of contemporary human rights by the international community. And now to Indri to further explain further.
How it works and the factor of human trafficking. The first recruitment. Gather people from villages far from the city to work. We see students visit their respective villages and offering jobs, and by lending funds which will be counted as high interest debt. The second, kidnapping. Immigrants who are kidnapped and held captive are forced to work. So, the migrants are sent to another city or country. They are kidnapping and looked up secretly. Later, they are forced to perform sexual work, and the kidnappers use drugs so that they are addicted and do not rebel or leave. The third, economic factor. People from the villages who have no jobs and are in debt. Because they are living in extreme poverty, these people are willing to trade themselves in the hopes of raising their living standards. Almost always they are forced to commit acts against the law for the sake of their and their family survival. The next, according to the UNTOC report on people present-day exchange, reveals the most common illegal exploitation is sexual harassment, 79%. Victims of sexual harassment are generally women, both young and old. Then the types of work normally registered illegal exploitations 18%. And then According to UN2OC report, the people that survive the trafficking are children 20%. In a few parts of Africa and Mekong, children make up the biggest number, up to 100% in West Africa. People who survive from human dealing were admitted of being suspended. From that information, Indonesia claimed the first position, 92.46%. In Indonesia, 915 female children and 4,888 female adults as victims. Male victims were 166 children and 647 adults. The next research method. Let me remind our viewers that research for this program uses normative law, as it focuses on the law that applies in Indonesia. We use data search from primary and secondary materials. Primary law materials include laws and regulations or official documents that contain law provisions. And then secondary law material include books, articles, research findings, and journals. Okay, this will be explained by my colleague Bonita.
Okay, thank you for that, Indri. I want to talk about human trafficking as a form of organization crime. Let me first talk about what the meaning of the human trafficking. The first definition of the United Nations, or PBB, human trafficking is a starting that the main elements in human trafficking are the use of threats, found, and coercion. And the second is Government of Indonesia. In Law number 21 of 2007 is declaring as an act of recruitment, transport, shelter, deliver, transfer, or acceptance of a person with the threat of violence, use of force, kidnapping, captivity, forgery, found, abuse of power, or vulnerable position, debt boarding, or paying or benefit, tribal obtaining the consent of the person in control of that other person, whether committed within the country or between countries, for the purpose of exploitation or resulting in people are exploited. Why is human trafficking called a form of organization crime? The first, human trafficking, this criminal crime occurs in an organization and transnational manner. It means because of the practice of human trafficking, it becomes a transnational crime. The point is because this form of crime occurs by several people in several parts of the country who force people to enter the country illegally, to be employed without being rewarded, or in this case, or of stealing baby to several countries illegally. And the second is human trafficking, a form of crime that violates human rights. Why is this called a human rights violence? Because this form of crime is carried out by force without the consent of both parties. And the third, RI President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono SBY in speech ASEAN Pacific and Middle East region conference high-level prosecutor meeting in Jakarta on 17 March 2011. He said that the practice of human trafficking, which occurs between countries, has the potential to threaten the security and stability of the country as well as the peace of the people, and the result in victims who will express the trauma problem, physical and emotional, like the circuit's level of self-confidence. There is excessive anxiety to the level of depression. It will even triggers feelings of suicidal ideation. And the fourth, human trafficking by using social media. So the development of this crime occurs because it is accompanied by social developments or online media, which provide false information, such as the lure of a good job with the high salary who doesn't want to try. Agree to this, but in the fact, it is not like that, so the victim was decided. And the next factor causing human trafficking in Indonesia. The first, economic factor. In economic factor, the lack of employment opportunity makes it's difficult for the community to improve their welfare, and eventually they have no other choice until they finally make a choice in human trafficking. And the second, let's treat supervision process. This why cause Indonesian workers abroad to be able to find work that is not in accordance with the work agreement, which make the situation worse and leads to harassment or transfer. This is because the lack of supervision makes it easy to fake the identities of victims who are about to deport are in terms of illegally entering people into the country. And the next, the applicability of UNTOC in Indonesian national legal system. International conference subject transnational organization crime, which took place in Palermo, Italy, agree about United National Conference against Transnational Organization Crime or UNTOC. In fact, Article 36, Paragraph 1 of UNTOC states that this conference is open to all countries who wish to sign it from December 12 to December 50, 2000 in Palermo, Italy. If some of these countries provide of opportunity to express their agree to be bound by this convention by doing ratification, reception, and concert or acceptation. This convention shall enter into force on the 19 days after the date of deposit of the 14th instrument of ratification, accepting, approval, and accession, set forth in article, subsection in Article 38, Paragraph 1 of UNTOC. And in Indonesia itself, UNTOC was ratified, which was subsequently ratified into national law, which was contained in Law Number 5 of 2009 concerning the ratification of the United Nations Convention against Transnational Organization Crime or UNTOC to be accepted on January 12, 2009, and the UNTOC Convention was added to the Indonesian National Regulation as the basis for the Indonesian national law. And as the consequence of the ratification, the convention needs to be transferred into legal system so that the provision contained in the UNTOC conversation can be accepted and ratified. Okay, thank you. That's for me.
We thank you for watching the International Law Network. We hope this program has been useful and you have learned something new today. A special thank you to Ms. Rina Shahrullah, SH, M.CL, Ph.D. and Ms. Ninne Zahara Silviani, SH, M.H. from International University Batam who gave us this assignment today. For my colleague Bonita, I am Indri Agustin, signing off. Thank you everyone and we wish you all a good day ahead.